Welcome to Bridges of Hearts, where Eastern wisdom meets modern psychology.
Right. Let's dive straight into the heart of this matter. We're looking at Chapter 2 from the Caigen Tan, which tackles a pretty fundamental question: how should one navigate the complexities of the world? The text kicks off with a rather stark observation about experience and its potential side effects. So, where does this idea fit within the broader landscape of Eastern thought? Well, Confucianism offers a powerful lens here. Think about the core tenets: benevolence and sincerity. Confucius wasn't just about rules and rituals, he stressed that true virtue has to come from the heart, it can't be faked or manufactured. It's like trying to fake a smile. You might fool others, but you won't fool yourself, and eventually the lack of genuine feeling will show. The Book of Rights actually gives us a great parallel. It says, "A gentleman doesn't promote someone just because they talk well, nor reject someone just because they don't." This perfectly mirrors the Caigen Tan's point: substance over style. Words are cheap, actions, especially those rooted in sincerity, are what truly matter. Now, let's talk about this term unrestrained, shu kuang. It's easy to misinterpret this as being reckless or undisciplined, right? Like a kid running wild. But no, in this context it's something much deeper. It's about having an open, liberated spirit, unburdened by the petty anxieties and constraints of the world. It's the kind of freedom you feel when you're truly yourself, not trying to be someone else. And guess what? This lines up beautifully with Confucius's ideal of the junzi, the noble person. He describes the junzi as broad and at ease, while the petty person is always anxious. See the connection? Both emphasize inner honesty and a kind of magnanimity, a largeness of spirit. It's not about being naive, it's about being authentically grounded in your values. Okay, let's bring this ancient wisdom into the modern world, specifically the realm of business and management. Does this stuff actually hold up today? You bet it does. Think about leaders who are overly worldly wise. Often, what does that translate to in practice? Smooth talkers, maybe good at navigating office politics, perhaps even skilled manipulators. But here's the catch: people can smell insincerity a mile away. When a leader is perceived as manipulative or just plain fake, what happens? Trust evaporates. And trust, my friends, is the bedrock of any successful organization. Without it, you've got a house built on sand. Now, contrast that with leaders who embody this simple and honest approach. Take Yvon Chouinard, the founder of Patagonia. This guy isn't known for fancy corporate speak or backroom deals. He's famously down-to-earth, straightforward, and laser-focused on quality products and environmental responsibility. He doesn't spend his time playing internal power games or obsessing over image-building campaigns. Why? Because his integrity is his brand, and his actions speak louder than any marketing slogan. And the payoff? Huge. This kind of leadership fosters deep trust within the organization. Employees feel valued, respected, and aligned with the company's mission. This trust translates directly into intrinsic motivation. People work harder because they believe in what they're doing, not just for a paycheck. Plus, it attracts talent like a magnet, because who wouldn't want to work for someone authentic? This isn't just anecdotal either. There's solid research backing this up. Wallamwa and colleagues published a key study in 2008 showing that a leader's authenticity is a major predictor of employee engagement and commitment. People follow leaders they see as genuine. Conversely, leaders who rely on schemes and excessive caution might get some short-term wins. Maybe they pull off a clever deal or avoid a perceived risk. But over time, the cracks start to show. Mistrust builds, resentment simmers, and eventually, the organization often descends into internal strife, falling precisely into the trap of deep scheming that the Caigen Tan warned against centuries ago. It's a classic case of cutting corners leading to long-term corrosion. So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway from Chapter 2? It clearly lays out a causal link. Too much immersion in worldly affairs without a guiding moral compass can unfortunately lead to cunning and scheming. The core message is timeless. Keeping that sincere, open, and unpretentious heart is far more valuable than becoming a master of worldly cunning. And remember, when we talk about being simple and honest or unrestrained, we're not talking about being dull or careless. It's about integrity of character and a freedom of spirit that comes from being true to oneself. This philosophy is incredibly relevant today, reminding us that in our pursuit of professional success, we absolutely must never sacrifice sincerity and moral integrity. True wisdom, as always, lies in returning to our authentic selves.